Most people spend their entire lives chasing the wrong thing. I did too. And it took me years, painful, expensive years, to finally understand this one truth. I thought working harder was the answer. More hours, more effort, more stress, and somehow more money would follow. It didn't. Years went by and I was busy every single day, but busy isn't the same as moving forward. Here's the truth it took me far too long to understand. Money is not the goal. Value is. Money shows up only after you create something useful, something scalable, something that actually matters. If you chase money first, fear controls every decision. You play safe, you copy others, you stay small. The moment everything changed was when I stopped asking, how do I get paid more? And started asking, what problem is worth solving? Failure stopped being scary. It became data, a signal telling me what works and what doesn't. Most people never learn this. They spend their lives running fast in the wrong direction. If you understand this now, you won't just save time, you'll change the entire trajectory of your life. Money is a result, not the mission. And misunderstanding this idea is where most people lose years of their lives. From a young age, we are trained to see money as the ultimate goal. Good grades, a stable job, a bigger paycheck, and somehow happiness. But that flips reality upside down. Money comes later, as a byproduct of value. When money becomes the mission, decisions are driven by short-term reward. People choose safe paths instead of meaningful ones. They avoid risks not because risk is bad, but because they fear losing income. This fear shrinks thinking. Instead of asking what problem is worth solving, the question becomes how to get paid quickly. That mindset traps people in cycles of trading time for money, staying busy without creating anything that grows beyond them. Value works differently. It's about usefulness, impact, and scale. When you focus on value, you think in systems, long-term outcomes, and solutions instead of hours. Two people can work the same amount, yet one helps millions and the other remains stuck, because value multiplies while effort alone does not. Understanding that money is a result changes how failure feels. When money is the mission, failure threatens survival. When value is the mission, failure becomes information. It pushes you closer to what works, allows faster learning, bolder experiments, and clearer thinking. Value also explains why chasing money leads to burnout. Even when people earn more, pressure never disappears because the foundation is unstable. When value is the focus, money is feedback, not validation. The earlier someone realizes money follows value, the fewer years they waste optimizing the wrong thing. Instead of asking how to earn more now, they ask how to become more valuable, solve harder problems, and build things that work even when they are not present. Value creation beats effort. Effort feels productive because it's visible and measurable. Long hours, constant activity, and nonstop hustle create the illusion of progress. But effort has a ceiling. Value creation focuses on outcomes instead of input. A useful idea, a scalable system, or a skill that solves a real problem can impact thousands or millions of people without equal effort. Effort is motion. Value is direction. Thinking strategically, choosing the right problems, and improving how something works out performs years of raw hustle. When focus shifts from working hard to creating value, progress compounds. Long-term thinking changes everything. Short-term thinking pushes us toward quick wins, fast money, and instant validation, even when it quietly damages the future. Long-term thinking flips the timeline. Instead of asking what pays now, it asks what compounds later. It prioritizes learning over earning, direction over speed, and resilience over comfort. Small choices, repeated consistently, stack in your favor. Skills deepen, judgment improves, and opportunities appear that short-term thinkers never see. Temporary setbacks lose power. A bad year does not define a career, and a failed project does not define your ability. Everything becomes part of a larger experiment. Patience creates clarity. Failure is data, not defeat. Most people see failure as shameful or final, so they play safe, copy others, and avoid experiments that could move them forward. When you see failure as information, the emotional weight disappears. Each failed attempt sharpens judgment, improves strategy, and builds resilience. People who move fastest are not those who fail less, but those who adapt faster. Every setback becomes a step closer to clarity and refinement, not a signal to stop. Finally, most people are busy, not effective. Being busy feels productive, but effectiveness is about results, not activity. Many spend their days reacting to emails, meetings, and notifications, filling time but not moving forward. Motion replaces progress, and exhaustion becomes a badge of honor. Effectiveness starts with clarity. It means deciding what matters, ignoring the rest, and sometimes doing less to achieve more. Leverage compounds. A single well-chosen decision or improvement outperforms weeks of scattered effort. Busy work rarely compounds, but effective work does. Time stops feeling scarce, energy is intentional, and progress becomes visible instead of exhausting.